The number of women in science, technology, engineering, and math, often referred to as STEM, is growing, but has a long way to go. In the Business Courier front page centerpiece this week, changing the equation. Women make up 48% of the national workforce, but hold only 24% of STEM jobs. President Barack Obama has made STEM education a priority with an emphasis on women and underrepresented minority groups. Nationally, just 33% of all degrees earned by women were in STEM fields, according to the White House. Experts say it's important that women get involved because the world economy is being driven more and more by these high-tech fields. U.S. dominance in STEM fields is at stake. At UC, a school long known and admired for its engineering and technical programs, 35% of STEM degrees were awarded last year to women, the highest percentage in the school's history. A good number, but UC's student body is 54% female. Business Courier reporter Andy Brownfield is covering this story and joins Business Courier editor Rob Dahlmeyer in the studio with more on what's being done locally to boost the number of women in STEM. Rob and Andy.
Thanks, Peg. Andy, thanks for being here this morning. This is a big issue, the idea of women in the STEM, the science, technology, engineering, mathematics careers, and the lack of them. But why did you decide to do this story now? What was it about this issue that attracted you?
Well, worldwide, the economy is increasingly being driven by these high-tech fields, and the United States, in order to keep its dominance economically, can't afford to ignore half the population when it comes to filling the skills gap. And increasingly there is a gap when it comes to the demand for these high-skilled, high-tech workers and the supply.
Yeah, so a lot of the companies in town that we talk to in these fields, they say there's a critical shortage of people who are skilled to do this. You happened to do another story earlier this week on the highest paying jobs for 2014 graduates. So in other words, the kids getting out of school right now. What were those highest paying jobs?
Well, you know, coincidentally, they were all in STEM. The top one being chemical engineering, followed closely by electrical engineering, and rounded out by computer science.
So it's clear there's a money issue involved here. What are you hearing from UC? The University of Cincinnati clearly was your main source. A bunch of people were your main sources for the story. They're the biggest school in town. They're the biggest employer in town, and they're known nationally for their technical programs, their engineering programs. What are you hearing from them, or what did you hear from them, from the provost down to some students?
Well, this is a national problem, and a lot of universities are struggling to deal with it, but the University of Cincinnati is doing better than most. They have a number of programs in place to encourage and support women who are interested in pursuing these careers. One of them being the Women in Engineering or Women in Science and Engineering, or WISE program, run by Dr. Urmila Agia, and it allows a group of about 20 women every summer to participate for 12 weeks, where they're paired with a mentor in their field to work on an actual research project with the goal of publishing at the end of the summer. Now, currently the program is only for women in the University of Cincinnati, but Dr. Gay would like to expand it to the community, but it would require more support.
Well, here's hoping those numbers continue to improve, and I think everything is moving in the right direction, maybe just not fast enough. But Andy, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.